I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So America is back, and so am I. Donald Trump taking the oath of office on January 20th. That was 2 days ago. I was in D.C. for the inauguration, even though there was no technical, traditional inauguration ceremony. It was extremely cold, and at first I thought it wasn't that justifiable, but then when you're there, you're standing outside, it's like, yeah, this is way too cold. But it doesn't matter how it got done. It matters that it got done. And Donald Trump is now president once again. America's golden age can begin, and he's getting back to work so we can get there. And already on day one, and technically day two and day three, he's getting a lot done right off the bat via executive action. And we're going to talk about a lot of what he's done so far already. There's a lot more work to be done. Obviously, it's only, 1 day, 2 days of his presidency that have been completed, but they've been very, very, very productive right from the beginning. So we're going to dive into this, but first, really quickly, I got to tell you guys about our inauguration sale over at the merch store. You can get 15% off on everything for 2 more days using the code NEWPREZ right there on the screen. And we have epic new merchandise. We got the old merchandise. We got coffee mugs. We got t-shirts. We've got pretty much everything. We've got our new collection as well. We have the Greenland merchandise. Trump, make Greenland great again. Great t-shirt. You can get the coffee mug with it. Everything is 15% off when you use the code NEWPREZ. The link will be in the description and pinned comment down below. So already there's a laundry list of things that Donald Trump has completed as president, all very good things. And he's just getting started. He rescinded 78 Biden-era executive actions. That's typical. When you take power, usually you rescind a lot of the executive actions that Biden has done. And if there is a problem with a lot of these things, if they're policy that Donald Trump wants to implement, it's great. You can have them for 4 years, but it's important to codify as much of it as possible into law using the Republican trifecta. Once you have like a legislative session up and running, which I'm sure he's going to want to get to work with them as soon as possible as well. But just right off the bat, he's able to go out there and do a lot of different things, declaring a national emergency at the southern border, giving him more power to make sure that he can go out there and ensure that the wall gets built, ensure that you could stop this crisis, actually do something about it, unlike the previous administration. Then he wants to go out there. He signed an executive order that ends birthright citizenship for illegal aliens. That one is going to be debated by the courts. But what we do know is that the 14th Amendment was not written for people to engage in birth tourism. That's basically the bottom line, because you have a lot of people that will say, well, the 14th Amendment, what was the 14th Amendment really intended for? That's really what it says. Does it really mention the fact, if somebody comes into the country illegally, has a kid, that kid's going to be a citizen? There's not a single person who wrote the 14th Amendment that believe that it should be used for that. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Supreme Court interprets it. I'm sure that Justice Thomas, Justice Alito probably would side with Trump on that front, but still you have a lot of people who just don't understand what the 14th Amendment says. But that's besides the point. What we do know is he pardoned nearly 1,500 January 6th prisoners. And this is absolutely huge because you had a lot of people that were overcharged. You have people that are getting ridiculously long sentences for trespassing. Meanwhile, you have a lot of these DAs in the country on the far left. They are extraordinarily weak on crime. Instead, they go after their political opponents, and this is just another example of it. And Donald Trump, he's going out there. He did exactly what he promised to do. And And you can see that J.D. Vance himself played a key role in advocating for the entire blanket pardon of all of these people on day one of the transition, because before it was like maybe it's some of them, but, Vance, he went on Fox News and he said, there's a gray area, but then he decided to listen to some of the feedback, and instantly what happens? He played an instrumental role in going out there and making sure that Donald Trump would pardon everybody, and you wouldn't get that with Mike Pence. You see where Mike Pence is. He's sitting there at the inauguration getting snubbed by Donald Trump, doesn't even mention him when he's going, mentioning all the people in the audience that have been president or vice president, you name it. But it's crazy how, you have Donald Trump go out there, 2020 happens, he's not president anymore, but then he comes back stronger than ever. And then you have a VP that actually shares your vision, that actually listens to the base and help make a lot of this possible. It's insane what has happened to the political climate during the Biden administration. It really is. Also, withdrawing from the World Health Organization, that is absolutely huge. We'll see where that goes. But also withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement, that's something that America typically gets screwed over on. And Donald Trump withdrew from it. Biden re-entered. Trump withdrew again. He froze federal hiring. Our bureaucracy is bloated. And we have a lot of people in government that really just don't need to be there. And a good way to kind of audit the whole thing is to freeze federal hiring for most, if not all of these agencies, to make sure you have the amount of people in the positions that would make things run more efficiently, because we don't want this bloated bureaucracy. So that's a good thing. Also, ending DEI programs in the federal government. He signed an executive order that got rid of affirmative action in government that Lyndon Johnson put into place. Nobody ever tried to go out there and rescind it before, but he has. DEI is DEAD under Trump. It is over. It is a thing of the past. Meritocracy can live another day. And the TikTok ban has been delayed. He's making an opportunity for them to make a deal to make sure that they can sell to an American company to save the app. A lot of Zoomers are probably going to like it. I have mixed feelings on TikTok myself, but still, either way, if he's able to make a deal done, that's how Trump operates. He is the art of the deal, and it's still an impressive accomplishment nonetheless. Also, designating cartels and gangs terrorist groups. He shut down the CBP1 app. For those that don't remember, during the VP debate between J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, who will probably, hopefully, never have to hear from ever again, Vance said, no, these people basically were coming in illegally, downloading an app, and getting asylum. That's what happened. And it's true. They tried to fact check him on it, but they were wrong. And when it comes down to the app, it's officially done. It's over. So already on immigration, massive steps taken in the right direction on the topic of immigration. We also see this here where you have India taking back 18,000 of their citizens from the U.S. that are overstaying H-1B visas, you name it, to placate Trump. And people are like, oh, Trump's going to cave on H-1B because Elon supports the program. It's not entirely true. Trump has said recently that he understands both sides of the argument, and that's fair. And when you look into what's going on in his administration, you have these healthy conversations. But the bottom line is the action is showing that Donald Trump is being strong. He's making other countries carry their weight. We're not going to be the dumping ground for the rest of the world's problems anymore under Donald Trump's leadership. And when it comes down to the H-1B thing, his immigration team is having a heated debate over adding additional vetting to the H-1B applications as a mean to grind the program to a halt. So you have people saying Trump's going to triple, quadruple H-1Bs. No. It's not going to happen because you have people in the administration that actually want to lower that number down to close to zero. And of course, there's going to be debate, discussion. It is a big tent. There are pluses to that. There are minuses to that. But the bottom line is the fact that this is even on the table is a very, very good thing, talking about significantly raising requirements. So if we actually do let in anyone, they actually are going to be the best and brightest, not people that are faking their credentials, you name it. So you look at that. But either way, Trump on immigration, Trump on pretty much everything. Also mandating federal employees to return to work in person. Exactly. You have a lot of people that technically work for the government. They collect a check. They don't show up to work. And for some reason, Biden's okay with that. But Trump is mandating that they do go back to work. Also, 2 federally recognized genders are now established as male and female. I don't even know why you would need that hypothetically in a normal society, but for some reason, it's more of an own the libs gesture, to be honest. But it just kind of shows, yeah, no, we're not going to mess around with your pronoun clown alphabet bullshit anymore. We're going to go back to the way things should be. And we kind of see that nature is healing. Donald Trump is back in the White House, and also not listed here. Remember, Donald Trump spoke at the Libertarian Convention. He promised them that on day one he would pardon Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road, who many people believe was given an unfair sentence for him being involved in some deep web website where he was given 2 life sentences for things that other people were largely doing on the site. And Trump pardoned him. Officially, he kept his promise. And a lot of people supported Donald Trump for little things like this, and Donald Trump delivers on little things like this. He could have just let it sit there. Oh, I won. Screw you, people who decided to vote for me just for this thing. No, he kept the promise. He said on day one. He did it in the first 24 hours of his presidency. Usually when you say day one, sometimes it means the first month, or you get around to it when you can, but you'll do it sooner than later. This is what Trump is trying to do with Ukraine and Russia, where he said he would settle it on day one, but we'll see how long it takes. Either way, Trump talks in hyperbole. It's one of those things. Or if he says day one, it might just mean really soon. So hopefully he gets that done soon, and hopefully he keeps going out there and stacking these wins, because that's exactly what he did. Literally, the wins are stacked on the desk in the Oval Office. But Donald Trump is back. They said it could never happen. Well, it did. He won, and he is back for 4 more years to just make his mark in history, and I'll be here to cover it every single step of the way. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.